So you guys win. You guys win. Like all of the last kind of week, I've been giving quite a lot of benefit of the doubt to Angel Reese, and a lot of you guys thought that she didn't deserve it. I personally thought, yeah, you probably do give some benefit of the doubt to a young player, but for me, no. No. Like I tweeted out earlier, it was about Gilbert Arenas. I'll talk about it again about Gilbert Arenas saying the Fever should trade for Angel. I'm like, you know what? My opinion originally was, I'm gonna talk about my opinion later on that and put it out tomorrow. Sorry, but originally, my opinion was yes, there is the locker room risks. Yes, but you win a championship by putting out the best team. She'd be a perfect addition basketball wise. It's now at the extent where I don't know the stunt that Angel Reese pulled today. If this, I'm working on the assumption that this is true because Nekias Duncan, he tweeted it out as if it was true. So I'm going to take his word for it on the response. He's not the direct source. But if I'm wrong, I will delete this video. If this didn't happen, I'll delete this video. Nekias Duncan. Thank you for having your name spelled phonetically there because I would have got it completely wrong. But this for me is completely unacceptable from a player. This is, I don't care how much you hate your teammates. This is unacceptable. I don't care how much you hate a franchise. This is unacceptable during a game. I don't care how much, like, the fact is that the fans will turn on the franchise and will demand you leave, but the Chicago Sky is going to be there a long time after you're gone. And I don't see why a team would want to trade for Angel Reese, because if something goes wrong, she pulled a Jimmy Butler, but even worse. Jimmy Butler at least just didn't show up. He just didn't show up. But Angel Reese, there was a fan with a free Angel Reese shirt. They got escorted to courtside seats by Angel security. So Angel security brought somebody, allegedly, and again, I'm working on the assumption this is true. I'm working on the assumption that this is true based on some of the people that have talked about this as if it was true. And a person who was clearly, courtside at this game. So again, if this is false, oh no. It's real. Angel Reese's team escorted somebody down from their seats to courtside because they're wearing a free Angel t-shirt. That is the lowest of the low that I think a player has done. Because this is during a game. Everybody knows that Angel Reese is not going to play for Chicago Sky again. Everybody knows that. The Sky haven't tried to stand in her way. Everyone knows she's not playing for the Sky again. This is performative to make it so that the last game of the Sky season isn't about the team, isn't about any of the players on the floor. And still, I know they got blown out today, but they were to sit by the team. How the hell is that going to feel on those other players? You see, there's 11 other players on that team, not named Angel Reese. And all 11 of those other players are going to talk. Do you not think Courtney Vandersloot is a more respected player amongst these WNBA players than Angel Reese? Do you not think that's going to get mentioned? Do you not think the players that HVL's had relationships with, do you not think Maddie Westbell is going to say something to Kat Westbell, who's going to say something to other Mercury players? This, for me, is one of what I believe is an extreme low. And by the way, I think that Angel's right in what she says about the Chicago Sky franchise. But there's going about it wrong, and then there's doing this. This is you're trying to embarrass the franchise, you're trying to embarrass the GM, you're trying to embarrass your teammates. This is you trying to burn everything down as you're leaving. And there's a difference between leaving amicably and leaving toxically. But this is the most toxic. This makes Jimmy Butler seem like the most amicable person for leaving teams. And if nothing else, it's going to keep Jeff Pagliocca in his job. And I have not a scary feeling for Angel. I think if she just requested a trade and played the last 3 games, half of the WNBA would be looking for her. I think that no competent franchise will want Angel Reese after this, because let's just say hypothetically, she goes to the Vox, who, by the way, she doesn't fit because she doesn't shoot the 3 ball enough, but she's not putting in the effort that Nakase wants. And Nakase is playing Temi over her, hypothetically. And then suddenly her fans are all going crazy and her fans are saying free Angel. Could she do this again? Could she do this again? And that's the thing, if you have these competent franchises, like, can she do this again? Because this isn't locker room cancer, this is franchise altering cancer. Like, this has gotten so bad that the Sky are going to come out of this whole situation looking like the good guys. And this is an incompetent poverty franchise that should not be allowed to function the way it is. Because at the end of the day, this franchise is horrendous. This franchise is absolutely horrendous. But when you go about what Angel Reese has done the last 10 days, it's been so bad that the Chicago Sky come out looking like the good guys. Imagine how bad you have to go about something that Chicago Sky come out looking like the good guys. Because, yes, this right here will get you some online clout. And that's all she seems to care about. And again, look, I think if Angel Reese, I think it's an if. If she does mature, there is an all WNBA level player in there. But this is the most toxic. Like, I'm a Miami Heat fan. I've seen the Jimmy Butler mare. I know Timberwolves fans what they think about Jimmy Butler. I've seen players pull stuff like this in the past, and those players are despised. Like, this makes what Dewana Bonner did look not quite as bad, because at least Dewana Bonner wasn't publicly shitting on the Fever. Like, it's bad that I'm going to the defense of Dewana Bonner. Like, Dewana Bonner wasn't bringing them in free Dewana t-shirt, like bringing people in to the front. Sky turned this into massive problems, increasing hilarious when you look back how mild Angel Reese's original comments were. The thing is, the Sky didn't do anything. The players were offended, and they decided to suspend her because the players were offended. Her teammates were offended. How mild the original comments were. Courtney Vandersloot isn't going to be able to come back as our point guard. She's too old. And then obviously the original comments, but stuff gets leaked to other journalists, and it seemed like there was a lot more going on. But like, at the end of the day, this situation is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. Like, this is absolutely hilarious. But like, while it's hilarious, Angel Reese has tanked. And I don't think she's tanked her trade value, because I think all you need is 2 teams to want to go for her. And I don't think the Chicago Sky are going to give her up cheap. This is somebody that's trying to burn it all down and tank their trade value. I still don't think the Chicago Sky give Angel Reese up without a top 3 pick in this draft, or 3 players on rookie deals and 2 picks in next year's draft. Like, the Chicago Sky might give up Angel Reese for both the Dallas Wings 2027 picks. Louisa Geisel-Suter, Zaza James, and Segrist. Like, that's what it will cost for Angel Reese. These rookie contracts are free, basically. And that is what it will cost if you don't want to give up pick 1 or 2. If not, I still think purely basketball-wise, you give up pick 1 or 2, because Angel Reese is better. Angel Reese now is going to be better than AZ Foot at her best. Like, if you waste a number 1 pick on a super senior who wouldn't have been a top 7 pick, who does one thing at a high level, who does one thing at a WNBA level, who may not have been a better college prospect than Lexi Hull, and you might be saying, "Oh, that's bullshit," saying that. I'm like, well, she's won one. They both have won 1 championship. Hull's taller. Hull plays better defense. They both shoot around the same. So yeah, But yeah, for me, this is a new low. This is not only like toxic stuff. This is, I want to make sure, I want to make a mockery of my team. I want to make a mockery of the 11 other players on the team. I want to make a mockery of this organization. I'm making this whole situation about me, and I'm making sure that nobody can talk about anything other than me for these 3 games. This is like, I hope, I really, really hope for Angel's sake that there is a little bit of maturity. And again, like, I understand being petty. And I think she proved her point when she didn't do her hair and said she was injured for the second half of the game against the Aces. She really proved her point when she sat out the rest of the season. This is so far past the line, but like, I'm convinced Angel Reese could commit a felony on the side of the court and her fans would still defend her. And you got to give some props there to those fans, because no matter what she does, they're ride or die, I guess. But like, for me, this is so far past the line of acceptable, not just from an athlete's perspective, but from just a human perspective. I think this is so far past the line, because this has gone from, I want out of this organization, to, I want to embarrass every single person that is in this organization, and I want to turn every single person in this arena, I want to turn every single person that's online against every single person involved in this organization. Not just Jeff Baglock. I want to turn them against every one of these players. I want to turn them against our coaches. I want to turn them against our GM. I want to turn them against anyone that is pro Chicago Sky and not pro me. This is one of the most toxic things I've seen somebody do in sports. And if this was just in isolation, it would be a shitty thing. But based on everything, this is the way I'm taking it. And I really hope there is a world, like, I really hope over the next couple of years Angel Reese matures, but it seems like she's going deeper and deeper and deeper. Like, Angel Reese is chronically online. There's no question about it. She's chronically online. And I'm scared about what's going to happen as her career goes on, especially if she goes to a poor team again. Because we know from Angel Reese, she is, every game she wins, and I'm not talking about tournament she wins, every game she wins, she taunts the opposition. She will taunt the opposition after every game she wins, and then she'll find a way to cry victim after every game she loses. That's not a winning mentality. I think Angel Reese is a winning player. I think her skill set's a winning skill set as a 3rd or 4th option. I think she's improving. I think in her defense, she's a dog. She has an ability to get rebounds that's incredible. I think when she wants to be, she's a good defender. And I think that's what people don't realize when they talk about Angel Reese on defense. And they keep showing clips. And I'm like, she's only a good defender when she wants to be. She will go and absolutely lock down Alyssa Thomas and then come up against Alyssa Smith and get cooked. Like, that's the type of defender Angel Reese is. But yeah, that's the video. This is, in my opinion, completely unacceptable. I understand security can't stop this from happening, but like, at this stage, this is a level of petty to cross the line from funny to just completely embarrassing. And I've given Angel the benefit of doubt on so many things. And I still think it's one of those things where long term, if there is a little bit of maturity that's shown, even 1 ounce of maturity that gets shown by Angel Reese, because there is no maturity there. There's absolutely no maturity. And to be a winner in a team sport, you need that, because there's no Kim Mulkey type figures in the WNBA other than Cheryl Reeve. You can't, Kim Mulkey type figures don't exist in professional sports to outside of Cheryl Reeve, and you're probably not going to get to the links. So yeah, it's a tough one. It is a really tough one, because if she does improve her attitude and she does improve her commitment to being part of a team, and she improves her attitude when things aren't going well, because that's the one thing we've noticed, is that when things are going well, she taunts. When things aren't going well, she implodes. If there is an improvement there, and there is an improvement in maturity, this will all be forgotten about. But if there isn't an improvement to that, these are the type of moments where people are going to look back on and say, was she led away with this? And I'm hoping that it's just something young, because let's be real. I was about to say, I was like, we've all made mistakes at that age. And if we're judged by the mistakes we made when we were 23 years old, every mistake that she makes under a microscope. And especially when you have money and you've got clout and you've got fame, you've got this ability, there's greater scope to make mistakes, and your mistakes are seen by a lot more people, and they're under a much bigger microscope. So my hope is that these are just young mistakes, and over the course of a number of years she learns from them. But it seems like her maturity level, the maturity that Angel showed, I think, in her first 5 or 6 games in the WNBA, has not been there since. It's not, in my opinion, it's not been there since. This kind of willingness to do anything to win was replaced in her rookie year by a willingness to get stats. And now it's like, okay, I'm doing okay. We're probably not winning games because realistically, part of the reason that we're losing games is because Tyler Marsh is trying to use Angel Reese in an uncomfortable role, trying to use players in an uncomfortable role for a long term. But then that's not acceptable. But it's just not a good situation to be in. And I'm disappointed, because regardless of if you're looking at this channel, whether you think I like or dislike Angel Reese, I really like Angel Reese as a player. I always talked about Angel Reese's mentality as a positive thing, but I'm not going to say she's as eccentric as Dennis Rodman, but like Rodman-esque in the way where when he was in perfect situations playing for Phil Jackson and Chuck Daly, he looked like he was one of the best players, one of the most important players in the world. But every other situation in his career, he was a detriment to the team. And I'm scared, not in a similar way to Rodman, but I'm scared. I'm not even scared, like, I'm worried that Angel Reese becomes a locker room cancer somewhere else. And if she does that anywhere else, get ready to learn Chinese with Liz Cambage. It's as simple as that. There are much more talented players than Angel Reese, like Liz Cambage and Kennedy Carter, that are flamed out of the league for being locker room cancers. So don't think it can't happen to you. And you might be saying, oh, but what about the eyes? People don't watch Angel Reese play basketball. Let's be honest.